What's up, Nerd Crew? Nurdie J here, and today we're going to take a look at Bandai Digivolving Spirits Warp Digivolving Keramon into Diaboromon from the Digimon the movie. Without further ado, cue the intro! Keramon is an unidentified Digimon. He's very dangerous not only to the internet, but to the Digimon as well. This rookie-level Digimon can consume huge amounts of data from the web, averaging around 100 megabytes per second, and instantly eradicates it when it reaches its giant mouth. As unsettling as it seems, Keramon's personality is quite cheerful, and the distraction in his wake he considers just play. While playing online, the Digidestined Tai and Izzy sent Agumon and Tentomon, their Digimon partners, to investigate and help the Genii, allowing the Digimon access to the internet from the digital world. Now in their champion forms, Greymon and Kabuterimon, both are helplessly outmatched when Keramon Warp Digivolves. Before getting into that, Keramon's main attacks are Bugbuster, spewing out bolts of lightning while eerily laughing, and Crazy Smoke, where he blows out toxic smoke from his maw. Due to this version being so big for a rookie level Digimon especially, the thing is that I know I don't usually do comparisons, and I don't have the other ones that I already reviewed, and the ones that are coming up next after this review for next week and so on, they're Digi-Eggs. So I don't think those are good comparisons. I just want to show how big this one is, actually. So, thing is that when I purchased this, it was like $65 new. And I know what I have to compare it to, it's not the best, but at the same time, I just want to just demonstrate just how big it is. So, here he is against a modern deluxe. Here he is with a vintage deluxe. So you got that going. So, Viacon, come on. And so, you got that, and it's actually bigger than that. So, let's go to the next size up, actually. And so here he is with a modern Voyager. And here's what used to be called a Mega, which is current nowadays Voyager. So here he is from head to head. I would say it's closer to Soundwave over here, his head, than is Inferno's. But anyway, that's just this like quote-unquote alt mode, you know, because rookie is considered like the lower level, like kind of like how the vehicle modes of Transformers are like that. So just for a rookie, this thing's big. So for articulation, let's get into that. Does have a waist swivel, even though when you do the waist swivel, it kind of just breaks things apart. And then he does have a hinge up here. Right here's a hinge. And it can up and lower. Then his arm is on a metal capped ball joint. So you got that. Upper arm swivel. Lower arm swivel. Double hinged elbow. Lower arm. Well, forearm. Oh, I guess that is not a swivel. It's got a cut here, so I thought it was a swivel. You got a ball joint for the hand. And that's also metal capped. And so it also has hinges. And then the fingers, if the other fingers won't want to work, could go up and down. They are just double hinged right here, or I guess it would be double hinged. This could be considered a double hinge, maybe double hinge. So it could be like a quad hinge or something. But anyway, thumb is on a regular small ball joint. That ball joint is tiny. So then it's got a hinge here for the arms. For the upper body, his antennas are on a ball joint and a single hinge. So you can have that however you want. These little flaps can come up and down. For the legs, the way I have them, just so that you can pose on the without any like structures, I have the legs like that, but the way they are technically supposed to be down is folded straight down like this. But the problem is there's nothing back here, so he just leans at best, if not just instantly falls. So you got that. Now let's warp Digivolve him. Okay, so before I do that, I do want to explain this version of a warp Digivolve. So yes, he will be going from a rookie to a mega. Just like Agumon and Gabumon and so on and so forth that I already reviewed. The thing is, in the movie, he turned into his ultimate, then to his mega. So I don't know why they didn't have him turn into Infernamon instead, but I think it's just because Keramon's recognizable from the movie, and so is Diaboromon. So anyway, to get into the transformation, well, Digivolution properly, let's start with the legs. So you come right here, unpeg it, and then it's like 2 pegs that go into one slot. This getting lined up when you get into the, well, that actually worked for once. When you get into that is kind of finicky, so, because you're putting 2 panels in one hole, essentially. So you fold them down, you take these, fold them around, and then shift them a little, like that. And then you split the shell apart, revealing other legs. So, yeah, why not just get this started? So bring out down the leg, rotate it. I'm pretty sure you want to rotate it. I guess you just want to rotate it so that the hip panel's there. And then I'm not 100% sure just yet, but anyway, just unfold the legs, get them into a position. So double hinge, rotate like that. Bring the ankle around, bring it down. And that is beyond nightmare fuel for me. So, yay! Anyway, thing is that you want to come around and then just make sure this flap that contains the other head there, just at the bottom for now. And then you come to the head and you take and split it apart, like so. And then you take these panels, unfold them, and there's 2 panels on each side, which is kind of cool that it's just connected via this little ring. And then you push this top part down, rotate this around, put it like that. And just for the antenna, just bring it down around the eye like so. Rotate it, bring it that way, and then just kind of like put it kind of like that. So then rotate, lift, rotate, and then bring down, bring this out a little, bring that down because you're now avoiding that. Bring this over the eye a bit, and then just have it rest, have this curve up to rest up there. So, and then you rotate the waist, hold on. Yeah, you rotate the waist around, and then you bring these down. Let's see, bring that up, bring this, oops. Yeah, this is a problem with this figure. This little hinge right here, it's a nightmare to get this back on. Oh, that is a tight fit. The thing is that you need to fold that down, but every time I do, I always have one of these panels, if not both of them, just falling right off. So I'm just going to ignore this for now, continue on, and when I get to the Diaboromon's bio, I'll have it back together, but you won't really tell because it's going to get hidden. Anyway, bring this down, like so. So hopefully this time I'll do it. So bring this up, shift this down, and then you want to, I'm pretty sure you want these kind of like that. I'm not 100% sure just yet. So I'm just going to bring them down all the way for now, get them out of the way, bring these, well, skirt things around. Another thing, yeah, the tolerances are not the greatest because this hinge is kind of on the stiff side, and you also have to get it so you avoid the avoid this head panel, and then you also gotta avoid the antenna, and then you gotta lug this thing over the shoulder, and that's not the easiest to do because yeah, it just doesn't really want to work because there's just not enough clearance. Because you're working on such a limited hinge right now. So you bring that up, bring this around, come on. And then essentially this panel will slot right into the shoulder joint in here is the goal. Yeah, so I just don't have it far enough. There you go. Then that becomes a shoulder pylon. So you just did that. Hopefully it works better on the second go. Bring this out on this hinge. Bring this. Make sure all your panels are flipped around. Then you take this on. There's a hinge right up here. Sorry. You do that. And then you just try and avoid. And then, yep, pop off the joint because there's just not enough clearance. And then, once again, not enough clearance. But then you want to rotate this ball joint. Supposed to rotate this ball joint. Sorry about this being kind of a mess. Just, that's kind of the thing of this Digivolution toy. It's good engineering. It's just, I don't know, it could use some like extension parts or something that slid out and then recompressed up. Another thing that likes to fall off is the tassels on the sides of his hair. So now that that's done, you bring this up, and then this peg right here, this metal peg, will just peg into right here. Sorry, this and this will combine. And then you rotate the horns up like that. Then you bring the arms around and out. And then at the knees, you rotate so that everything's facing forward there. Okay. And then make sure all your panels are done. Then back here are these three spikes. They just slide out, and you gotta be careful. They are kind of sharp. They're on the sharp pointed areas. So anyway, bring the hair back down. Make sure that's all squoze in. Then you rotate the arm around like so. And then shift up on this and also the ball joint. You shift that up so you're hiding that purple. And you got that. Then you, like it's already doing it, you just collapse the fingers up and like that. You bring the thumb forward and then like that. Then you bring this out, rotate. And then I just like to have it just sitting like that since this is on a ball joint. And then just, yeah, pretty much have all of this come out. And they're on double ball joints, so just rotate. Just rotate. And rotate. And then just, hide however you want it. So use that ball joint and stuff. And then just collapse. Bring the thumb forward on this hinge and then forward on that ball joint. Then you want to just get all of these splayed out. And once again, mini ball joints, not good for joints. Especially when one ball joint is stiffer than the other. That is just prone for... And this is just my copy I have this issue with. I've dealt with another one at a toy store that happened to have it. And none of this is the issue. It's just mine. And I think mine's getting worse mainly because of every time I want to Digivolve it for display purposes or what have you, it just wants to, what's it called? It just wants to pop off. So, there. You have Keramon in his mode. So now you have the mega level. And so for articulation, horns if you want can move. The head is a little waggly. Ball joints in the hair, random. Arms can go forward and back, ball jointed, and double hinge. So if you need it to reach out a little bit further, forgot to shift that one up. So anyway, then you pretty much have the same articulation in the arms and hands. Now this time he does have fingers individually, but instead of having that weird panel that kind of just folds up in different ways because it's being those fingers, you only get the one ball joint in the base, and then one ball joint in the palm. So he can't really make a fist if you want him to make a fist. For the legs, you have a ball joint. Yep, that's metal capped too. So you got a leg swivel. You got a knee joint, 2 of them. You got a lower leg swivel. Let me check. Yes, you have a lower leg swivel. And then you got the ankle swivel, ankle tilt. And the legs go up and down. The feet, I should say. Now, one thing you are missing on like Keramon is the waist articulation, because this part right here is preventing that from happening. So, and when you have this guy, he actually does come with a display stand. It will show up in a little bit. And then you also have a stopwatch, which is kind of morbid, and I'll get into that in a bit. So, here he is like that. And then here he is with a standard deluxe, modern deluxe. And here he is with a standard Voyager. And now he's bigger than a Voyager now. So I'd say it's a pretty big bang for your buck. Not only do you get this figure when you purchase this guy, you also get 2 armatures, that's pretty much scaffolding, that help him stand up. And you also get a base so that everything's stable. And on that base, you can also put an included stopwatch, which is iconic to the movie. The mega-level form of Keramon, Digivolving, is an unidentifiable virus Digimon capable of absorbing massive amounts of data within the human internet. Not being able to understand the knowledge within the data it absorbs, Digivolving somehow becomes delusional in thinking that it's all-knowing and all-powerful, and starts duplicating itself non-stop until the internet stops due to the congestion. In the Digimon movie, according to the US, it was very clear that Digivolving's ultimate goal was hijacking Earth's super military computers to destroy the human world with multiple nuke strikes all at once. A truly terrifying Digimon, Digivolving was only stopped by the fusion of Wargreymon and Metal Garurumon into Omnimon at the very last second, and stabbed Digivolving in the head. During the movie, Digivolving only used 2 types of attacks, those being Web Wrecker, where it uses its cylindrical sphere in the middle of his chest as a cannon and gathers up all of the residual loose data and releasing it into a huge, powerful, destructive shot. And Cable Crusher, where he stretches out his already lanky arms and launches him into the enemy, or at the enemy, grabbing them and crushing them, or to pierce them in a blink of an eye, destroying their digital code. Well, I hope you enjoyed this kind of cluster of a video. Sorry, that's on me though. And I hope that you guys continue watching. This actually marks the end of the Digimon first season Digimon toy reviews. The thing is that doesn't mean they're going to stop. It's just more like availability and also affordability, because the ones that I am missing are quite expensive, like in the hundreds of dollars. So, yeah, I won't be able to get them anytime soon. But that doesn't mean that the reviews are going to stop going forward, because the reason why the background is different now is because I am going to be starting Season 2 next. So, for those that want to join, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You know, and yeah, just show up on 8 o'clock in the mornings on Sunday, and that'll be the new video time. And I'm Nurdie J for Nurdie Boyz. This has been Keramon into Digivolving, and we'll catch you next time.